Hello and welcome to a Wealth Ladder YouTube channel. Today we've got an exciting question from one of our viewers. And the question is buying a new build property a good stepping stone to get on the property investing ladder? So stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm going to share with you a bonus tip, because you're going to be deciding if you do purchase a new build investment property, are you going to purchase a 3 to 4 bedroom standalone house or a 2 to 3 bedroom townhouse? Hi, my name is Greg Keenan, the founder of Wealth Ladder and the best online property investing platform called Property Investment College. Today we have a question from one of our viewers, and the question is, could a new build property be a good place to start property investment? Now my answer to that and what we teach in the Property Investment College is quite simple. Really, no it's not. And I'll go through why that is, but I'll also give you some yeses to that question as well, because yes, it can also be an option. Let's start with a yes. Firstly, when you purchase a new build, you don't actually have to put in as much deposit. So you can put in as little as 5 to 10% deposit rather than the 30% deposit because you're buying a new build. That's at the time of this particular video, those are the rules. So for some, that might be a better option because you only have to put in a small amount of money rather than putting in the 30%. But here is why I have a little bit of a problem and a little bit of an issue, I suppose, in regards to buying new build, especially as your first investment property. I'm going to cover the 3 reasons. So the first point to think about is that you're buying at retail value. With new builds, you're buying at retail and not wholesale. So you're not getting instant equity in the deal. So with a flat or declining market, you're going to get no growth in that property whatsoever. So there might be years where you've got no equity in there. So remember, you're buying it at retail price, not a wholesale price. By all means, if you can get a new build at wholesale price, fantastic, great. But most of the time, new builds, you're buying at full retail. So the second point I want to cover is that you cannot add value. Everything is brand new. You've got the new kitchen, a new bathroom, everything on the outside is painted, it's fresh, everything is absolutely brand new. So you cannot add value to it. So that's why you're paying premium price for that particular product. So therefore you can't lift the value of the product. So if you go back to one of our videos on how to recycle your deposit, again, you can't add value to a new build. So it's going to be even harder to get that value out of the property to be able to recycle that deposit and put it into your next property. Now, point number 3 is that it involves a lot more risk than buying a standard existing investment property. There is more risk involved when purchasing a new build because you're purchasing generally in a new area or it's new construction. Is the company reputable? Is anyone else buying these properties? You don't know. And it's all marketing, it's all sales, there's lovely brochures, all those sorts of things. So it's very exciting and it can be drawn in, which can be a negative thing because you're buying on the basis that it's brand new. Remember, you're not buying on emotion, you're buying on the emotion of the tenant who's going to live there. But with new builds, unfortunately, the tendency is that the buyer is buying on emotion because everything is brand new. Now with an existing property, you already know it's there because it's been there for 10 or 20 or even plus more years. So it's in an established community. You already know that. Now if it's standing for 20 or 30 plus years already, well of course it's going to survive those times as well, even another 30 years. So the risk of buying a new build is a lot higher. I have seen many investors purchase a new build property for their first property because it sounds nice, it's getting something new and exciting and it gets all done for them. Everything is done. But later on they actually realize it was a mistake because the value was not in the property as the marketing and sales pitch suggested. And they are stuck with a property that has no hidden equity in the property because that property was purchased at full market value, so they can't take money out of that property and end up being stuck with it. Now in this flat market at the moment and potentially a slightly declining market, it's very important that you're buying under market value. New builds don't enable you to do that. So if you are buying a new build, make sure that you get it wholesale, not at full retail. Otherwise you'll be stuck with that property and you'll have to try and find a deposit for your next property, or you're going to have to wait years before that property increases in value so you can take some equity out and purchase your next one. So as promised, I talked about the bonus that I'm going to share with you this evening. If you're going to purchase a new build property, should you purchase a 3 to 4 bedroom standalone house or should you purchase a 2 to 3 bedroom townhouse? Now, if you were to purchase one, I would stick with the 3 to 4 bedroom standalone property. Stay well away from a townhouse as an investment option. The reason being is that in investment property, wealth is created through the land. Now, of course, with a townhouse, you're pretty much the townhouse standing directly on land, and of course, you've got a whole lot of properties right next door to each other. And there are restrictions what you can and can't do with townhouses, especially you can't paint the color that you want of the property. You can't add value to the property, for example, add on a garage. So you are very restricted to be able to add value, which of course we want to add value, right? And the third part is that you're going to have a body corporate. Now, there's nothing wrong with body corporates, but that's an extra cost you need to bear in mind that it's going to be an expense, so it's going to be more costs for you associated to that property. And of course, those costs will go up. So there you have it. If you are buying a new build investment property, make sure you buy the 3 to 4 bedroom standalone property. So I hope that's helped you understand a little bit about new builds and whether you should purchase them for your first investment property. By all means, do your research. I'm not saying don't do it, but by all means, you must do your research and understand what buying a new build means versus buying an existing property means to you as well. If you did like this video, make sure you click like. We'd love to hear your comments on this particular video. If you bought a new build and it went well for you, great. We'd love to hear your comments, and maybe you can help out our viewers as well. And also, if you'd like to comment, if you've got a question about property investing, we'd love to hear from you, and maybe we can put your video up next as well. Also, make sure you subscribe to our Wealth Ladder YouTube channel as we upload videos every single week to help you become a property investing success. All the best.